Hey everybody, welcome back to Factorio. I'm Joe Mama, your host, and I figured we've got Factorio, the final version, showing up here soon. It's going to be released. It's going to be coming out of beta. So I figure this is a pretty good time to start going over some real basics of this game. So I thought I'd put this series of videos together, and probably this video is going to start it out, and it's going to be like teaching Kasparov to play checkers, I guess, because we're going to be keeping the cookies on a very low shelf here. We're just going to talk about how we get things rolling in this game. Like, you, you knew this game was great. You saw all the reviews. The reviews are awesome. The developers are awesome, and they are. And you bought it and it was cheap, and now you don't really know what to do. It's a little bit confusing. I get that. So, well, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and hit single player. And by the way, I'm running version 0.18.33. It is an experimental version. It's not the latest stable version, but you know what? It's been pretty good. It's the experimental versions have been very stable, so I'd highly recommend them. Anyway, okay, so we're going to be doing free play. That's the typical game type that we play. And let's see. The thing is, we're not going to be doing any scenarios, so we're going to leave that as a default. But then it says the map generator, we're going to do Railworld. And what Railworld does, as you can see, it adjusts the frequency, size, and richness of the ore patches, of the resources that we can gather. And I'm actually going to bring the richness way up. Because I'd rather not play around with things constantly running out. So, for instructive purposes, I'll leave it there. And let's see, we'll leave that as it is. Really, if you want, you could just hit the green button and hit play. If you just want to get started, hit play, and then it is what it is. You'll roll with it. But for this case, I'd like to set it up in such a way that it is conducive for instruction. The terrain map type will be normal, water, trees, cliffs, moisture, terrain type, scale, bias. I don't think we're going to adjust those. The enemy. Okay, there should be a starting area size. That's what we want. We're going to make that as big as it can get, which basically means, if we roll over the little icon there, the little blue information icon, the size of the area without enemy bases around the player. Also, because we're doing Railworld, it says here, resource patches are large and spread far apart to encourage train systems. Biters are your bad guys, will not create any new bases or re-expand into cleared territory. That's a thing in this game, so the fact that we can kind of take it out of the equation is going to help us out a lot. Alright, so those are adjustments that I'm going to make, but otherwise, we can leave pretty much everything as it is. We can preview the map, see what it looks like. Oh, lots of green. Lots of trees. But there is a ton of green. And not a ton of coal, to be honest. So, let's see. What about stone? We got stone down here. And you know what? Man, I kind of like the fact that there's a nice big area here. But let us update. See if we can refresh it. No. Let's give another random seed here. You know what? That's pretty good. Everything seems to be close by. We'll leave that, I think. Oh, actually, no. No. Because look, we're surrounded by water on 3 sides, which means everything pretty much has to grow in one direction. I'm not too keen on that. This one looks pretty good. And it looks like there are things nearby. Yeah, we'll go with that. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, also, I should let you know that I am running a couple of mods. They're not going to affect us too much in this game, I don't think, but we are running them. One of them is called the Ruins mod, which means there's ruined facilities throughout the map. I don't feel like uninstalling it. It's a little bit of a pain in the neck to get it rebooted in vanilla. I don't care. It's not really going to affect. It'll affect the game, but it's not going to affect the purposes of this instruction. Okay, this is Factorio free player task is to launch a rocket into space. If you didn't know, that is the ultimate goal, is to launch a rocket with a satellite into space. And that will win the game. And you can stop the game right there if you want, but most people choose to drive on, and you can continue playing and developing your creativity and your factory and everything. So you'll need to research advanced technologies in order to unlock the rocket silo. Start small, work your way up with automation, and don't forget to protect yourself from the natives. Right. So let's go ahead, tab out, and okay, so here we are. This is our little character right there. So let's check what we've already got in our resources. We've got a burner mining drill. We've got a stone furnace. We've got wood. We've got iron plates. So let's see, can we actually make another burner inserter just yet? No, we can't. Or a burner miner, whatever. So let's actually, you know what? Let's head down here toward the coal, this black stuff right here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this puppy right here. And I'm actually going to take this wood. Can I make a crate yet? I cannot. Okay, let me grab some more wood if I can. There's usually some around the map. Okay, let's make a crate. Oh man, I did a series about not creating any items in your hand, and it is so nice to not have to worry about that anymore. It was a certain achievement I was going for. Okay, so we've set up the miner drill. And let's go ahead and grab some coal that we can put in the miner. So I'm right-clicking on the coal, and I'm just grabbing a few pieces here. And we're just going to plop the coal right in there, but what we really want to do is come over here and get some iron ore, which is this blue stuff right here. We're just going to grab some. Now, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Yes, the ultimate goal of the game is to launch the rocket. Our long-term goal, let's go ahead and hit Alt so we can see what's in the crates. Okay, our long-term goal needs to be getting science automated. But our short-term goal, like what we need to be aiming for immediately, like within the first day or so, is to find some water and get power set up. And what we need to do that is we need to build a water pump, and we need to build a steam engine and some boilers, or a boiler and some steam engines and power poles. And with those, we can start to create electrical power. With electrical power, we can start to process science packs into technology. Okay, so what I want to do here actually is, let me pick up that coal. I just wanted to give the coal someplace to go. And by putting the crate there, we gave it a place to go so that the miner could stay busy. But what we're trying to do here is we're trying to create enough iron plates. And you know what? If we look down here on the map to the lower left, on this particular map, there's some stone. Let's go ahead and grab some stone if we can. And you can see copper here, looks kind of orangish, pinkish, and we've got stone right here. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to make a second miner drill, or a third and a fourth. So let's grab a whole bunch of stone. So we can either get the stone from these patches right here, which ultimately is you're going to want this to be your primary source of stone. Okay, that's 10. Yeah, we'll stick with 10. But you're going to be able to get stone from like these rocks that you'll find here and there. Just break them up and they'll provide you with some stone. And we're going to need them, so let's go ahead and get these out of the way. Now this game has day-night cycles, as you can see. We've got like a little work light on our uniform here, and you can see it's got like a little cone that spreads out, so we are in the middle of a night cycle. This isn't like Minecraft in that you don't have to worry about getting attacked at night by creatures. Okay, so let's see. What can we do? We're going to make one more burner miner. And we're going to set it up right here. Actually, let's see. Did we get that? Okay, let's take some of this. And... Alright. Here's what we can do. There we go. We're going to take these machines, and we're going to turn them into each other. And that's going to be our source of coal. These will feed each other, and they'll just keep putting coal into each other's hoppers, and then we can just come by and grab it as we need it. So that's there for that. Now we need some more iron gear wheels, but in order to make them, we need iron. So first day, you should be trying to get coal. And then once you've got coal, I mean, there's a number of ways to do it, really. But just give yourself some goals. And for me, that goal is, let's get our self-sustaining system of coal set up, which is those two miners pointing into each other. Or 6, or 8, or 10. But I start with 2. So let's go ahead, get some iron. I'm going to make another mining drill. Let's go ahead and get 10 bits of iron ore. I have to say, this game, if I didn't say it already, this game is an awesome game. It's highly polished, and it's got the best developers. Okay, so it's only getting better, and these guys listen to the community. So you're going to look on Steam and check out the Steam ratings, and it's going to have a very high, I think it's overwhelmingly positive quality rating. And it is well deserved. Okay, so we've got that. We'll go ahead and make another mining drill. So let's go ahead. And what we're going to do, since we don't have a way to get coal over here just yet, we can make some belts. But in order to make these transport belts, we need to make some iron plates, and in order to make iron plates, we need coal, which is why we'll put coal there. We'll put coal up in here, so we've got coal operating the drill and coal operating the furnace, so it's smelting the iron ore into iron plates. But that's the reason I got the coal burner drills set up, because again, we'll just have this renewable, generally speaking, a renewable source of coal, which we're going to need. Let's see, can we make anything else? Because we're going to go down and get some copper as well. What do we need? We are short of iron plates. Okay. We'll go back over here, grab some iron plates. And we're going to kind of do the same thing, if we can, for copper. Okay, so miner drill. We'll make a furnace. And this will get us in the ballpark, I think. So we'll set up our miner drill someplace along the edge here. And we'll set up our furnace. And let's go ahead and kind of split the coal between these two. There we go. Now we should have copper plates coming out for us. Awesome. So there we go. We've got coal, we've got iron ore, and we've got copper ore. So that's how I get things going. That's how I started off. But since we have the ability to make belts, let's go ahead and see if we can do that. And we're going to have to make them in hand, unfortunately. Let's see what we can do. Make 8 pairs. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and load these things up with coal. We're going to need a butt ton of iron plates. But the whole point of the belts is so that we can get coal from here to there. Okay, so one of the things we're going to need to do that is this thing called a burner inserter. So basically it takes coal, burns it, and uses that for energy to operate itself. It doesn't need any electrical power. We're going to go ahead and make 2 of them. And we're going to take one of these machines and we're going to run the belt pieces this way. Let's see, is this going to... As long as it doesn't completely rob this burner inserter, or this burner drill, of everything it's making, now I think it's going to be okay. Maybe. So we set up that belt. Again, the goal of this is to get coal to these 2 machines. And then I'll show you another way to do it. In fact, since we've got... Can we make another burner drill? Okay, we can't yet. Okay, see? Okay, the burner drill is in fact taking it out of this machine so fast that this machine can't keep up, and it eventually runs out, and then this will run out of fuel. So let's go ahead and set this up in a slightly different way. And I'll show you how to do that. So first of all, we're going to need 2 burner inserters and a whole bunch of belts. And we're going to take these mining machines, we're going to take this configuration apart. Show you what we're going to do. Oops, come on. Pick up this machine, pick up this burner inserter. Right, can we do that? Yep, there we go. Okay, so we're going to have one pointed this way and two spaces to the left pointed this way, and let me show you the configuration here. Oops. So it's going to put its products on the belt, but it's going to have a burner inserter that is going to pull its products off the belt, only as much as it needs, and feed it back into the machine. See that? So if I take a little coal and pop it in here just to get things started. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, watch what it does. Spits it out, and then this machine pulls it in, spits it out, pulls it into itself. This machine takes, the burner inserter takes the first 2, puts it into itself, and then it starts feeding, then it starts picking things up and handing it off to whatever you point it toward, which in this case is this machine. Okay, so the burner drill has more than enough to stay supplied, so it's creating a surplus. So what we're going to do is bring it this way. Okay, we basically are wrapping it around, doing a serpentine, and what's going to happen is this machine is going to feed itself, and then the surplus is going to be used to feed this machine to get it going, and then it too will create a surplus, and that will be used to supply the rest of the factory. For now. So you can see it's already working. If you look closely, yep, if you look closely you can see it's already working, and we've already got a product. By the way, these belts, I don't know if you noticed, but they can carry products on each side. So you notice how there's 2 distinct rows of items. So that's one thing that's helpful to know on these belts, is it does matter which side of the belt you put items on. Okay, let's go up here. We're going to get some more iron plates. Okay, we're going to make some more belts. It's going to take a little bit. So it's going to take me just a little bit to do this, to get enough belts, but basically what it involves is I'm going to be taking the iron plates from here as they're produced and creating belts with them. So we'll continue that, and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have it set up with 2 to spare. Alright, and we've got 2 burner inserters. So let's go ahead and let's set up 2 burner inserters to provide fuel into this. So now we basically have an automated setup that we can just walk away from. We don't have to keep feeding stuff into. Now, one of the things we're going to be able to build in the future is called a splitter. And that will split the contents evenly between 2 belts. But unfortunately, that's a later technology, and we're going to have to figure out... Let's see, let's go ahead and hit T for technology. And it is logistics. Logistics technology is going to be required. It requires 20 red science packs, and it's going to give us splitters. But obviously, we have to have science labs in order to research it. So splitters are off the table for today. So I think for copper, or let's see, yeah, for copper, we're just going to have to manually bring this coal down. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Yep, see, it's already run out of coal. So here's what we can do. Can we make another crate? Yes, we can. So here's what I'd suggest. Do this, do this. We're going to make 2 crates, and we're going to make 2 burner inserters. And we'll do this. We're going to have, let's see, let's take half. If we right-click, we're grabbing half. And let's grab that. So therefore, we're going to put coal in each of these crates, and that's going to feed coal into these machines. One into the furnace, one into the drill. So that's going to give us a good supply of coal. Now what we can do... Oh yeah, plenty of copper. Plenty of copper. So now, let's look at the water pump. The offshore pump. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead. It says we can build 1. Let's do it. And I think we're going to need to get some stone and some more iron. Do we have plenty of stone? I think we got plenty of stone. Let's go ahead and grab some wood. Okay, what can we build? Let's build 1 boiler. Okay, let's build 1 steam engine. Let's go ahead and set up the offshore pump. Now, I know this sounds crazy, but you don't actually need to provide electricity to the water pump. Go figure. So let's pick a good spot. I'm going to put it right here. So there we go. So that's going to be our discharge point for the water. And we're going to have to make pipes. We're going to make these undergroundy pipes right here. But we're going to need a lot more iron to do it. Thing is, we're also going to want to be near a source of coal. And that might be a little bit tricky. Okay, so there we go. We have basically done what we set out to do in this first day just to get started. We've got a nice configuration of burner drills right here. Get that fixed in your memory here. Get that configuration fixed in your memory, because it is a self-sustaining pair of miner drills that will keep themselves supplied until the coal runs out. And by coal, I'm talking about the coal underneath. I'm not talking about what it's holding inside of it. I'm talking about the 94K or 9.4K of units of coal underneath each one of these. So there's lots of coal there, so it's got a long time before it's going to run out. And we've got lots of coal on the belt already. And we've got automated, basically, generally speaking, we've got automated iron production, so we can let that be. And next time, we're going to talk about power. We're going to get electrical power up and running. All right? Well, hopefully this was helpful in getting Factorio up and running on the first day for you. And I hope you enjoy it. You're going to have a lot of fun with this game. I promise you that. If you stick with it, you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to have a lot of fun. In the meantime, I will see you in the next one. Ciao.